Good morning, members of the media. Thank you all for coming to our weekly press briefing. I'll discuss one main issue today, which is the revolving issue of the land acquisition that will happen as a result of the airport expansion that is scheduled to start in November, as in the construction is scheduled to start in November 2019. I made it my business as the minority councillor of the Tobago House of Assembly to attend the consultation that happened at Ravenel's on Friday afternoon for the individuals who would be affected by this land acquisition that will happen. I went because I wanted to see for myself, I wanted to hear for myself what they would be telling the residents, and to, in essence, compare what is being said now with what was said in May last year. Because I also made it my business to attend the consultations in May last year. I would like to let it be known that, one, we are now almost a full year after the first set of consultations in May 2018. Therefore, it's obvious why the residents are as frustrated as they are, and why I was as frustrated as I was on Friday when we recognized that the individuals who were there did not have any of the answers to the questions that the residents has had for the last year, practically. I had to let NITCO know that the frustration that was happening in the room, and as a matter of fact, many of the inaccurate information that they were saying many of the residents were getting, that information actually came from the press, from the consultations that were done last year with the Tobago House of Assembly and the Airports Authority. So it was important for them to highlight the fact that the residents were only acting on misinformation or no information. It is also interesting that at that point, the residents were then told that they needed to move because the construction would begin in November 2019. That, in essence, is a few months away. Even after they were told that they needed to move in November so that construction would begin in November 2019, they still have not been given any information whatsoever about what the possible compensation packages would be. Whether they would be getting money, whether they would be getting land, whether they would be getting homes so that they can move themselves from where they currently reside to a place that is equally or better than where they are now. And this is really, really, really unfair to the residents of that area. It was also very telling that the area representative for that area, Mr. Jacobs, got up and questioned the process that was being used for this land acquisition, when those on the podium were the ones who told us a few minutes before he got up that the THA was intimately involved in all of the planning and all of the processes associated with this project. Which means that Mr. Jacobs should have been the one telling the residents, telling the people who he represents, given that he is the secretary with responsibility for settlement and housing. He should have been the one coming to the table, sitting at the head table, and telling the residents that these are the lands that we have spent the last year preparing for you. These are the homes that we've spent the last year building for you. These are the packages that you, as the residents who will be displaced, would be able to move into. This is what you would get, because we, as the Tobago House of Assembly, have really been working very closely with our counterparts in Trinidad to ensure that you are not displaced and to ensure that you are treated fairly. Instead, he got up and said that he is only acting as their area representative, and he is not speaking on behalf of the Tobago House of Assembly, but he is asking because he and those in his family, those who he represents, will be affected. We knew this. He knew this, which is why we know that the Tobago House of Assembly has not been intimately involved in this process at all. Now that brings me to another point. This is the Tobago House of Assembly. We are responsible under the 5th schedule for construction of wharves and airports. This is a project that should be manned wholly and solely led by the Tobago House of Assembly, because we have the authority to do this project according to the law. This would have been a perfect opportunity for the PNM-led central government to show that they have full confidence in the PNM-led Executive Council of the Tobago House of Assembly to hand over whatever monies is required to do this project and to give the THA the autonomy that we have according to the law. But the fact that the central government has held on to this project is proving that it does not have confidence in the PNM-led Tobago House of Assembly to have them run with this project, to have them manage this project, to have them be intimately involved in this project the way the law says it should be. This is very telling. This is extremely telling, and it says something, because those are the ones, the PNMs are the one who told us that with PNM in Trinidad and PNM in Tobago, everything will be fine. We have 2 years of this administration, this Kelvin Charles-led administration in Tobago, where there was a PNM in Trinidad, proving to the people of Tobago that PNM in Trinidad and PNM in Tobago has done absolutely nothing for the people of Tobago. We continue to be taken advantage of, and we continue to be left behind in every circumstance. We are asking, those of us in the Minority Council are saying very clearly that we have no issue with development. We know that Tobago needs to be developed, and Tobago needs to be developed quickly. We need to ensure, though, that in the middle of that development, that our people, our citizens are treated fairly. And that is all we are asking the Tobago House of Assembly to lead. It was also very, very disheartening to see that no member other than the chief administrator and the era representative made it their business to sit in and to speak with the residents about this issue. They should have been the one at the head table with NIDCO, with Airports Authority, and with whomever else wants to be a part of it. They should have been the ones at the table having this discussion with Tobago people, with Tobago West people, with Bonaccord people. No, they instead hid. They instead have been hiding, and they instead have been giving complete misinformation about this project. We are asking the Tobago House of Assembly, this PNM-led Kelvin Charles Tobago House of Assembly, pick up its responsibilities. You were elected to represent the people of Tobago. You were elected to be the chief advocate for the people of Tobago. And we are asking you to pick up your responsibility and ensure that those people are treated fairly, are treated well, and are given their due just. Any questions?
The Prime Minister is suggesting that there is absolutely no problem with the acquisition process in Tobago. How do you respond to that?
You know, the Prime Minister continues to speak, and the Prime Minister continues to believe, and the Prime Minister, in addition to many of his other cabinet members, continue to speak as if they are living on the island of Tobago, and as if they are experiencing the hardships that are expressed by the average Tobagonian. If you recall, that's last week, there was a well-developed, a well-represented protest by those individuals. What was it, the Monday or Tuesday before this consultation, showing that they are dissatisfied with the process. If they look at the footage from Friday, as a matter of fact, if they made it their business to be there on Friday, they would have known that the people are not satisfied with this process. So for the Prime Minister to say that, again, proves that he is living in a completely different world to what the rest of us are experiencing.
Mr. Jacob also seemed to backtrack somewhat from his uncomfortableness of the process. How would you respond to that?
Well, that is expected. I was very surprised while sitting there, to be honest. When Mr. Jacobs spoke, I almost broke my neck because I had to wonder if he knew what he was doing. Mr. Jacob does not understand, apparently, that the P&M culture means that you cannot do anything but toe the line. Mr. Jacob is trying, or he tried on Friday, to represent his area. I hope, though, that his area realizes that he has since backpedaled from that, and he is now being a P&M first and area representative after. Sadder that that is the case, but that is the culture of that organization.
Any thoughts on the acquisition of the new ferry and the cost?
We need to get a little bit more information about the ferry, and we will discuss that at a later date.